In this video, I am going to share with you some really exciting news about some new advances with Chatgpt. You don't want to miss this, so stay tuned. This is going to be a really exciting video. They're coming out with all kinds of new options and different things that we can speed up the process of our writing and of our production, content production, video production, and especially now with graphics. So let's get into it. So here I am going to, and I'm not going to worry about, for some reason my photo just didn't come. Let me just see if I can make that work. I doubt it. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that right now. So what I wanted to show you with you today is ChatGPT. Here's my screen. Now, this is before ChatGPT 5 comes out. So we have ChatGPT 3.5, which is your free version and the one that you use when you want to do things free on ChatGPT. It also takes less tokens. So even if you have the plus version, which I have, you can still use ChatGPT 3.5. And when you use 3.5, depending on the kind of output you want, is going to determine the quality of, like how good you want it depends on whether you can use 3.5. 3.5 is not good for blog writing, most for outlines. There's a lot of things that's not that great in. And then for some things, it just suffices. All right. So that's the option there. I highly recommend that you pay the whatever it is. It's $21, including some tax that I pay for ChatGPT 4. I always get those words tangled up when I say them. So ChatGPT 4 has been out for a while too. This is the paid version. It's very good and it keeps getting better and better. Now, we're going to go over a few plugins that they just came out with. So Chat itself is coming out with its own plugins. So I stopped using there's some that you can, there's some Chrome extensions. I can't remember the one that it's AIRP or something like that. Well, I turned that off because it was too clunky on my dashboard and it was very annoying to me. So I just deleted it all from my chat. I like it to be pretty clean. And what I wanted to show you, oh wow, I've been searching the internet a lot, all these new chats, because I have it on my Google Chrome extension. I have ChatGPT. So anytime I do a search, it comes up here in my panel and I have to go through and delete them all so that I can see the ones that I really want to look at. So if anyone has a suggestion as besides turning it off when you're doing a search, is there any way that, I don't know, is there a setting that we can choose that when we're searching the internet that doesn't transfer over to our dashboard on chat? I'm not sure if there's such a thing. So a couple of things that are really cool that that have happened is, one is that you can do custom commands, but you can only do one set of custom commands. So when you're setting up custom prompts, you set those up, but then you can only use them. So let's say it's for a domain. Let's say it's for your website. Let's say that you have an e-commerce site about wallets. And then all your custom will always be about the wallets. Or let's say it's about men's dress wear. It's going to be only about the men's dress wear. You're not going to be able to, and let's say you have two websites, one for wallets and one for dress wear for men. You can't mix those. You can't have two custom set. You'd have to have two separate chat accounts. So hopefully I made that one clear. So I typically don't use the custom chats, even though the custom one that you can set up, even though it would be a lot faster for me. Okay, that's for keywords everywhere. I don't want that. Anyway, so that is that's for it makes your workflow much faster when you're writing content for your website. But I'm going to take a few steps and just copy and paste. So I have all my prompts and I just copy and paste them when I need to put them into chat. And so that means I have to prime him. I have to prime chat each time, but that's okay with me because I work on too many websites to be able to have that many chats open, and that many accounts. That would get pretty expensive. So I'm always going to click, you get to choose which one you click on. Now it seems to default to the 3.5. And see how it says it's great for everyday tasks, okay? And this is available to free and plus users. Now, this one is the most capable model, great for tasks that require creativity, advanced reasoning. And this one has a cap of 50 messages every 3 hours. And I never use that many messages. But I wanted to show you what the new plugins for chat are. So look on this list. You can set it to default here, or we can browse with Bing, which is in beta. We can do your advanced data analysis. Okay, you can use plugins, and the one I wanted to show you today is the new dall-e. So dall-e has now been added. So if we wanted to do a search, well, let me first go through this plugin. So when you go to the plugins, you can pick, but you can only pick 3 per prompt. So this is great when you want charts. So let me just show you. If you want, and then also, if you want to analyze data, you can use Data Interpreter. But they're coming up with their own, like you could see here, they're coming up with their own advanced data analysis. So let's go back to our plugins that I've added. So I've added graph constructor, mermaid chart, diagrams, which I usually have on. And then I like this diagram. I don't know why that's red right there. And then diagrams show me. So those are the ones I use to create charts and diagrams, pie charts, and things like that. So it's really cool. You can use these. You can also they're also savable as SVGs. And I just found out that you can actually copy and paste an SVG file right from here into your Google document. That's huge. I haven't tried it yet. That is huge because Google absolutely loves SVG files, but you have to make sure that your website will accept SVG files. Now, I think there's a plugin to make them do that. The other ones that I really like is this web pilot. So actually, it'll browse a PDF. It'll look through websites. It's great when you're doing competitive analysis and keyword analysis and things like that. And web pilot still right now works better than the browse with Bing. Okay, so I have found that web pilot still works better than browse with Bing. So now let's go back and click on dall-e. This is so exciting. I want to just show you this. Now I use, you can use very simple language with dall-e. And it's been around for a while, and it's been getting better and better. For my images, I like to use Midjourney, and I love to use Leonardo. So those typically are the ones that I use. And our virtual assistants, remember I own a virtual assistant company too, and all of our graphic and social media experts in our team, they all use the Canva text to image a lot because it makes the client work go a lot faster if we can stay in one platform and do it. So they're not using Midjourney or Leonardo like I do. I think I'll do a video sometime on how I'm using those. Great, absolutely great for YouTube thumbnails. So that's why I wanted to test this out. And I just did on the video right before this one, I think. That image that you see is one that was created by dall-e. Now, the one thing that all of them have a problem with, every single one of them, is text. Now, there is one called Imagination. I can't remember now the name. I wonder if I start typing it in, if it would come in. No, it's not going to. Okay, so I can't remember the name of that one, but that one actually does really good with text, and it's great for like logo creation and stuff like that. Can't remember the name now, but I didn't like the other images that they did. But I want to show you something super, super cool that you can do with this. We're going to first do one, and then what you can do when you do need text on the image. So this is great for making infographics, but all the text will be wrong, okay? It's going to be gibberish, words spelled wrong. AI in the image generation, AIs are horrible at writing correct English or correct any language. So what you would do then is you would just take that into Canva, and there's a text eraser in Canva, and you would replace, or text replacer, and Canva will be able to go in there and take out your text, and you can add the correct language there. It's still, even though that's an extra step, it still saves so much time in the process that I would say if you are using a VA, and we're going to be doing a new training with our virtual assistants in our company. So I own a virtual assistant company, and we train them all. They're all social media certified. You know, whatever we need them to work in, they get certifications in those areas, and we have a really really good team. So when what I want to teach them next is I'm going to teach them how to create the infographic inside of a dall-e here in chat, and then take it into Canva and do it if for the infographics. And I believe that that's going to cut out, because creating an infographic takes 1 to 2 hours in even in Canva. It takes a long time. But if you have it already done by AI and all you're going in and is changing the text, I think we're going to get that down to like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. So let's try this. I am going to do I'm just going to make up something here, and I want to do a couple things. I'm going to say create, and I'm not doing my full prompting. Usually I'd give it a lot more information, but for the sake of your time and respecting your time, I'm not going to do a lot of this prompting. So let's just see with a very simple prompt what kind of infographic we can get. I'll do it for my mythical creatures. Oh, actually, let's do this one. I'm going to try another one. About the different Siamese cat breeds. How about that? Let's try that one. About the different Siamese cat breeds and their features. Okay, let's just see what happens here with dall-e. So I'm asking, you can see the dall-e up here working. So you can see dall-e's working, creating images, and you can see it up here. And I think they give us 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure they give us 4. But I think in the last YouTube thumbnail that I just did, they only gave me a choice of 3. So I'm not positive. So what we're going to do is we're just waiting for it to create these images for us. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead here and open up Canva. And just go to well, we can't do that yet. So we'll just go back over here and wait for this for just a second while it's loading, so I don't have to like pause and everything. And then while we're doing that, let's open up, I'm going to open up my Discord, and let's go in. Oh, no, let me just log in. And I'm just going to show you. So we're going to like just maybe, it can't do infographics. So, but we can, I just wanted to show you some of the images that I've created in here. So I want it like I use this one here for AI. Well, wait, let me go back. This one was here we go. So this was one of my thumbnails. And I created this in Midjourney. So, but you have to command the size ratio that you want. So you have to do AR or -- AR and then a space and then 16:9 so that you can get the size for a YouTube thumbnail. So these are like this is just some of the kinds of images that you can make in Midjourney. The better you get at prompting. So these are all AI styles. They couldn't do cats at all. So here is, I wanted one with cat anatomy. Look how terrible they are. So they're really bad. Look at this. Like they just really, it's pretty bad. And so is Leonardo about cats. So we have this one for cats. Let's see what it looks like when chat comes up. Oh, so much better. Look at this. All right, so let's look at these. Let's open this one up. Siamese cat breed features. See, this is supposed to be wedgehead, right? Color point, applehead. This is applehead. You see how bad the language is? So this is, and then a whole bunch of other gibberish. So this would take, this one here, because it has so much gibberish here, it would take a lot longer to edit this, but it's not bad. Let's go see what the next one is. This one here, whoops. All right, so I don't like this one because it's the same cat over and over again. So I don't like that. That's not very original, so that's not very good. Let's look at this one. Traditional applehead, wedgehead, color point. And again, they're not giving me the different colors. Do you see that? It's not giving me I like the chart down here, but if you're talking about an apple head, then the cat should be an apple head. If it's a wedge head, it should be a wedge head. So color point, that's okay. Traditional, that's okay. But these can't really be that way. Um, but anyway, so this is kind of, but I like the way the chart is made. So again, you have to kind of see with your niches. This one I really like because we're not going into colors. So this one is probably a good one to use. They spell it's so, see what I mean about the spelling? Let's do, while we're waiting there, let's do, um, let me see if we can get an easier one. Let's see what happens if we do mythical creatures who might not, doesn't need to be. In the meantime, we're going to take one of these and we're not going to use any of them, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one here. Oh, it's not going to let me while it's generating, is it? Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me do. Oh, yeah, it will. Okay, so let me go here. Oops, low battery. All right, hopefully we get this done before. Let's go to new tab. It didn't open in a new tab, did it? All right, let me see if we can't get this again to open in a new tab. It's not opening in a new tab. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why it's not. Let me close out of, no, let's go back here. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's see if we can open this. Let's just save this image. Actually, we'll just save this image, Siamese test, put it in our download file. Then we'll come over here to Canva and we are going to create a design. I don't care. I'm just going to do create any design. Oh, let's see. Want to get the custom sizes. So I have virtual assistants that do all of this for me. So I'm not like the pro at actual doing things, you know? So, I mean, doing the actual task. Ugh, that's horrible. We certainly don't want to use that for an infographic. So we want to not do that. Let's go back. I didn't like that. We can do, well, actually, let's just pick social media and pick an edit photo. And then we're going to pick that download and we're going to pick the test. Oh, see, it was opening. I'm going to delete all those. And let's pick that. And now, once this uploads, okay, I'm just going to say no there. And we have magic edit. And I think we might have to go into, this is not it. So I think we have to go into edit. Yeah, it did save edit in the design. All right, let's see if we can't just, let's put this in the background. Oh, we'll just leave it like this for now just because we're testing it. Now we're going to edit photo. Yeah, here we go. And here we see this grab text. You're going to grab the text and you're going to come over here. Once it loads there, and I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just going to do traditional, at least was spelt right, and applehead was spelt right there. So it takes a minute for it to load up here. Let's go back while that's loading. Let's go check our, oh, there we go. Okay, so you see how it just grabbed the text and you can move that text around like that? So here we can just change this now. Oops. To the right way to spell it, right? That's pretty cool, right? And we get rid of this. I don't know if we can we get rid of that little thing? Yep. Can we get rid of this little thing? I don't really want it there. And we can move this over. See? That's really cool. All right. And then you just take it and you can just, wherever it sees text, it will see this. It'll go wherever there's text. It knows. And you can go in and change that. So that's going to save you a lot of time in making an infographic. Let's go and see. Let's go back and see how it's doing if it created. Ah, nice. All right. So again, too much text. That's one thing. I think we might try to do a prompt that says don't give as much text to it. Let's look at this one. This is really cool. I think I'm going to use that for my website. maybe not even worry about the words and just keep the flags and then delete the rest of the stuff. But look at this. Basilics. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is pretty cool. The way that they did it so quickly, and you can just go into the text editor in Canva and make those changes. That is really cool. Let's see what this one looks like. Dragon from China, then Greece, Japan. I think it's supposed to be, I don't know, what says Puerto Rico. Oh my gosh. All right. So, and then this one here is pretty nice. It shows around the world. This is a pretty one too. So this one would be a nice one to use. I don't understand why they're using two from the same country when there's so many creatures all around the world to pick from. Let's do one really quick. And remember, I'm not prompting it a lot. So if you prompt it a lot better, it's something that is super easy for us to see with mostly visuals and very little text about, let's say about, how about diabetes? Let's just do that one. Type 2 diabetes. See how well it can get this information. I'm just making it up as I go. Okay, let's see if we want to try to get rid of some of that text, and let's just see if we ask it to create an infographic with mostly visuals and very little text. While we're doing that, I wanted to just quickly go through and show you some other mistakes. The other thing that AI can't do very well with art is hands. So you can see how bad the cats are. The paws, they have a hard time with cat paws. These ones aren't so bad, but they're just kind of weird looking, you know. This one's good. This cat is good. Let's see if I can open that up for you. That's a pretty good cat. As long as they're not showing too much of the paws. Sometimes the AI mixes up the the tail and has it disconnected even from the animal. So, and then people's eyes, that's the other thing it has a hard time with, you know, with eyes. And so here we are, cats brushing their teeth, you know, all these. This one was really good. I wanted a fat cat, and that one turned out really good. That one I liked. They had, those are mine 3. These are some of my really good artist renderings that I've done. So this one is one that I was for pop culture, for mythical culture project I'm doing. These are some other pretty ones. An artist. And then all the different mythical creatures that I'm working with. I'm just trying to get a nice grasp. And some of them, I'm doing some artist prints. And so I'm trying to get some really good looks. And I really like how some of these are turning out. And again, you know, I have several cat blogs. And so these are some of those. This one turned out really well, but there's no point in having 2 bowls in front of him. Right. And then some of them are really stupid. You know, it's so funny. Like, don't you want to eat? And why is that bowl so big for you? So it's funny what AI will come up with. And it's just a matter of keep prompting for the different. This one came out really beautiful. So this one I've used on my websites. That one turned out really good. And they're kind of hiding. The paw here is still too big, but it's not that bad. And I can't see the tails, so it's not so bad. But anyway, and then because for my real estate practice, some of these are amazing. I can do some really amazing homes and neighborhoods. And this one's another really good one. These are just beautiful, very, very high end, and they can look very good. I always try to figure out how to move back. It doesn't let me, because it's all black. I don't like the black backgrounds. So some of these came out just absolutely gorgeous. I had new construction ones that I was trying to do. You see that? Really nicely done. I'm really happy with those. Some of those are really nice. More cat ones. This one came out really good. So I've got some really good cats going on, cats playing. So I keep trying to, there's some really good ones here. Some of them were terrible, but I think I used this one for one of my websites. Yeah, so that was kind of cute right there. This is the one I used for the websites. So that one turned out really good and people really enjoyed it, and I posted it on social and stuff and I got really good feedback with that. So you can see, I've been working really hard with learning how to do AI art. Now, oh, they were requested due to our content policy. Ooh. Okay, so I guess you can't do it on health. Okay, let's try one more before I have to go. I guess you can't do that kind. Well, that's interesting. Let's see if we can just do something super easy, like just basically, cat health, right? So I'm going to go out of my Discord account and I have 1 more minute left before I think, let me see how much battery left. Ooh, I'm going to have to finish up this video. So this will be the last one that we try and see if that works. In the meantime, let me close out of the canvas so I'm not using all my battery. And then what I want to do is I wanted to show you some of the Leonardo features, which I'm going to do a whole video on that, even though I'm not a pro at it at all. But I will tell you, it's really fun to work in. And you learn so much about your, and I love it because your personal feed is like right here. So I'm doing a lot of real estate stuff. Again, cat stuff, that looks really good. So those were all wrong, but I've come up with some really beautiful artwork for my mythical. So this one here I really liked. And the colors were just really bright, vibrant in this picture, which I super liked. Let's see how they're doing with that. There we go. All right, let's see how much. I like this one. Very good. This is not going to be very much. So you want to make sure that the command you are prompting to not use a lot of text. All right, so this one is really good. I'm definitely going to use that for my cat sites. So that's awesome. So that's all for today. I will get you another video shortly. We have a lot more to cover, a lot more AI. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave me a comment below, set your notifications because I do a lot of SEO and AI videos. So make sure that you are staying tuned so you don't miss any. I have a whole bunch of Google updates coming up about their new update and all these things that are going to be happening in 2024 that you need to be aware of and how you're going to be able to still stay on top on page 1. So I'll talk to you later.